Okay, now I'm ready to move on and analyze my next section. And you can see I already took my blue highlighter and I identified all the key words and phrases. So that's already done. Now I'm ready to analyze, finding the main idea with my yellow and the supporting details in pink. So before I can get started reading, remember I have to set a purpose for my reading. I need to ask a question to make sure that my brain is working and thinking about the text while I read. So I can pick a question from this list, which we've gone over a couple times, or I can make up my own question. I'm going to go ahead and go with the first one, what information or ideas are presented, because I'm starting with a new section, and I feel like there's going to be a new main idea, a new topic in this section. So, observations of pack behavior. Wolves develop from pups at an incredible rate. Pups are born in late April after just a 2-month pregnancy. They are born deaf, blind, and weigh no more than a can of soda pop. At this time, pups can do basically just one thing: suckle their mother's milk. So I go back to my question and think about it. What information or ideas are presented? Well, in this paragraph, it doesn't really talk so much about the study, the project that's been going on for 50 years. This talks more about wolves when they're growing up. So I know then that this is a new idea, so I need to get my yellow highlighter ready. So I think that the main idea is that pups, wolf pups, whenever they're born, they're really, really small. But it says right here they develop at an incredible rate. So I think that this whole section, the next few paragraphs, is going to be about the fact that wolf pups grow up really, really quickly. And that detail that I just said, when they're born in late April, after just 2 months of pregnancy, they're born deaf, blind, and weigh no more than a can of soda. Well, I think that supports my idea that they grow up at an incredible rate, because when they're born, they're tiny. They weigh less than a can of soda. That's probably less than a pound. So that makes me think that the next details in the next paragraph are going to tell me how wolves grow up and how quickly. So now that I have that in mind, I'm going to ask myself another question and reread the paragraph. This time, I'm going to ask myself, how do the ideas relate? I think that in the next paragraph, I'm going to learn more about how quickly the wolf pups grow up. So I'm going to ask myself, how do the ideas relate? Within a month, pups can hear and see, weigh 10 pounds, and explore and play around the den site. The parents and sometimes 1 or 2-year-old siblings bring food back to the den site. The food is regurgitated for the pups to eat. By about 2 months of age, late June, pups are fully weaned and eat only meat. By 3 months of age, late July, pups travel as much as a few miles to rendezvous sites, where pups wait for adults to return from hunts. So, how does this paragraph connect with the last one I read? Well, in this one it says that pups can see and hear, and they weigh 10 pounds within a whole month. And that seems pretty quick to me. And then at the end of it, it says by about 2 months of age, late June, pups are fully weaned and eat only meat. Well, that seems really, really fast to me, because whenever I have been around little kids, they can't really eat solid food until, oh gosh, maybe a year and a couple months. So this makes me think that it connects with my main idea, that they grow up at an incredible rate. So I don't really need a yellow highlighter, because my main idea is way up here in paragraph 2. What I do need is my pink highlighter. There are a ton of details in this paragraph that connect with the idea that wolves develop from pups at an incredible rate. So I'm going to pick just maybe one detail, because remember, when you analyze, you only want to shine a light on the most important stuff. So I'm going to pick this last fact because it was really, really shocking and surprising to me. By about 2 months of age, Pups are fully weaned and eat only meat. I only want to highlight the most important stuff. So at 2 months of age, they eat only meat, which is really, really shocking to me. Okay, so I've got the main idea. I've got supporting details. Now I need to ask myself the next question before I analyze the next paragraph. I'm wondering if I'm going to find out more about how these pups grow up quickly. So I'm going to ask myself another question. I'm going to ask myself the same question. How do the ideas relate? Does this paragraph connect with that main idea that pups grow up quickly? Or is there a new idea? How do these ideas relate? Pups surviving to 6 or 7 months of age, late September, have adult teeth, are 80% their full size, and travel with the pack for many miles as they hunt and patrol their territory. When food is plentiful, most pups survive to their first birthday. As often, food is scarce and no pups survive. So how do these ideas relate? Well, this is again telling me about pups when they're growing up. And it says that if they survive to 6 and 7 months of age, they're 80% their full size. And they can travel for many, many miles. Wow, that seems really surprising to me because most adults don't get to be close to their full size until their 20s. And I don't know about you all, but I don't think I could walk a mile when I was 6 or 7 months. So this tells me that I'm not going to need my yellow highlighter because it's, again, talking about the fact that wolf pups grow up really, really quick. I'm going to need my pink highlighter. And I'm going to go ahead and find the key detail. This one, surviving to 6 to 7 months of age. They're 80% their full size and travel with the pack for many miles. All right. So now what you're going to do is you are going to ask yourself a question, any of these questions, to set a purpose for your analyzing. You're going to read the next paragraph. You're going to think about the paragraph, and then you're going to decide. Is there a new main idea that needs a yellow highlight in this paragraph? Or should I continue on with the pink and find details that support the fact that wolf pups grow up really, really quickly?